right, guys, name is Tyler, aka Nanogenix, and today we are here to talk about 300 million part 2. A lot of you guys have been asking me, what are my theories? When is it going to happen? What do we know? All those things. So I'm going to pile that down into a nice, neat, hopefully short video. I'll try not to talk too much, but a lot of you guys for the date have been asking. I cannot find the exact sort of hard info here, but I do remember during the sort of live stream that the official actual one from Bandai Akatsuki, that I feel like they said the 13th, and that lines up right on the dot with how it sort of launched last year for 250. So probably depending on where you're at in the world, I don't know if that's the 13th for Japan, maybe the 12th if you're, say, here in the US during that time or something like that. And of course, I mean, it just depends on where you're at in the world, of course, on the date, but should be around the 12th or the 13th. So literally in less than a week then from when you are watching this video right now, and that's exactly when it happened last year for the 250. So it pretty much all lines up. Now the sort of concrete things that we do know are happening. One, usually someone would say one, but one is there's going to be a raid boss. It's going to be similar to the Jiren raid boss from last year. From what we could tell, it looks like you're going to be taking on an SSJ2 Gohan. It probably will start out as maybe SSJ1 and then go into SSJ2. The art they used was actually the TUR art from the Intelligence LR SSJ2 Gohan. So, but it does sort of look like you'd be taking on a Gohan raid boss. Now, if you guys weren't around for last year's raid boss fight against Jiren, it's very similar to the Omega Shinron, the sort of Sin Shinron that then awakens into Omega Shinron during the fight during the Part 4 celebration that was just on the global side a couple months ago, where you get like orbs and stuff up until about level 50, and then from 50 on to about 100 you get the Sleepy Kais, and then from Sleepy Kais on is just training items. That's probably how they'll do this as well, so it probably won't be too terribly difficult. None of the Jiren one wasn't really that bad. The Shinron one really wasn't that bad. So that's probably how this Gohan one will fall in line. So that's one of the concrete things directly from Bandai that know what's happening. And then the other thing that we know is that the SSJ2 STR Gohan is getting an Extreme Z Awaken. And you can imagine with what they've been doing with these EZAs, especially with the sort of Battlefield Awakening EZAs that they just did on the JP side a couple months ago, then you could probably expect that this SSJ2 Gohan is going to be probably pretty incredible and may even give the LR Intelligence SSJ2 Gohan a run for his money, and maybe even make it to where that Gohan has no place on a team anymore unless you just really like that Gohan, right? Like, it's very possible that what they do with the Extreme Z Awaken on that STR Gohan, that will make him like a spot on the Kamehameha team and a spot on Goku's family team. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do with that unit. So those are the two things that we know for sure. Now, there were some leaks that happened, and everyone's kind of been assuming that this would happen, but it looks like this was, I believe, from, I can't remember if it was Kawaii or maybe Team Dokkan, but I think one of the two sort of said there should be a EZA, a ZTUR awakening for the Goku and the Gohan and the Vegeta and the Trunks, which everyone's kind of been assuming those seemed like units they were setting up to do an Extreme Z Awaken for. So that's nothing directly from Akatsuki, it's nothing directly from Bandai. Everyone's kind of been assuming it, and then one of them said that should be planned in the Part 2 of the celebration. So, or at least planned at some point in time in the near future. So that could be something that we also see as Part 2. So that's sort of the date. That's sort of the hard facts that we know. And then that's also, of course, the thing that we've seen right now, the only thing that I've seen from leaks that have happened for it too. So now to speculate on the big one, the one that I've been asking a lot, what I think is going to happen with the LR, because last year during Part 2, what do we get? We got a legendary summon, a brand new LR, right? Now last year we got, of course, Goku and Frieza. This year, everyone is assuming it's going to be a Super Saiyan Goku, a Bye Guys Super Saiyan Goku, potentially an instant transmission Super Saiyan Goku, but I mean, either way, Goku doesn't go Super Saiyan 2 in the Cell arc, so it should just be a Super Saiyan Goku. And of course, if you haven't been keeping up with everything, maybe just stumbled upon this video, the reason why it's so important that is a Super Saiyan 1 Goku is because the AGL SSJ1 Gohan that transforms into SSJ2 Gohan during his passive as an SSJ2 Gohan, if you have a Super Saiyan Goku, specifically Super Saiyan 1 Goku on your team and on that particular rotation with the Gohan, you get an additional 59% to your attack stat, which of course is huge when he's a nuking style unit. You adding another 59% on top of that, it could take a 5 million attack stat up to like an 8 million attack stat just by having a Goku there. So everyone is assuming that we're getting a brand new Super Saiyan Goku, and we're about to look over here at a couple of things, to some stuff that supports it, but basically there's some SSR art in the game, or what appears to be SSR art in the game for what could be an LR Bye Guys Goku that is about to drop. Now, the one thing I wanted to mention here that I'm not seeing too many people sort of mention, I mean, maybe obviously someone has, I can't keep up with what every single person is saying in the communities, but I've not seen a whole lot of buzz about it. But hear me out on this. If you guys look back and remember what they did for year 4, which of course for global side was just literally 2 months ago, we got the first ever launch of a legendary summon banner with 2 summonable LR units. Now hear me out. If they did, so we're looking at everything they've done so far with this. They've captured a lot of the sort of pivotal moments. If you look at, we just prior to this on the JP side got a physical Piccolo that was basically the Piccolo where he takes on first form Cell. He literally does the exact super attack when he's fighting Cell on that island. And so if they did that, you know, and they're building up to all this, we already got, you know, maybe Bye Guys Goku covered here too. We already got, you know, Gohan with his father-son Kamehameha. We got Cell, all that. The one moment that to me stands out that we haven't received a sort of proper card for is the final Flash Vegeta. Now, obviously it could be something else from the Cell arc. You know, there's other stuff they could probably work with. Maybe an LR17, right? I feel like of the stuff we've received, and I'll talk more about the other sort of card I think could come down the sort of pipeline here, you know, with everything they've sort of covered so far. But, you know, we might get like a 17 that is specifically a Z17 because 17 doesn't have his own, you know, sort of LR or anything like that. But it would be super cool to see them introduce the Final Flash Vegeta finally. That's the one LR I've wanted since I started playing this game. Hasn't quite happened yet. Really close to that LR Prime Battle Vegeta, but just, you know, like an arc off, right? Just barely not the Vegeta that I truly wanted. And that's something I'm not seeing a lot of people talk about is that everyone is assuming we're gonna get this Final Flash. Everyone assuming that we're gonna get this Bye Guys Goku, when in all reality, the last time we had a huge celebration like this, we got a dual legendary summon banner that released 2 LRs at one time. So it is very possible that we see them do that again. Will they do that? Maybe not. And will we get a Bye Guys Goku? Maybe not. It seems pretty obvious for them to include that into the actual sort of you know, passive of Gohan, and then also what it appears to be some SSR art in the sort of story, and also them using it for well, we're about to look on their Twitter, you know, and stuff like, and on the global Facebook, they're using it for promo art as well. So it seems like the stars are aligning. Now, has there been anything at all that would lead me to believe an actual Vegeta and a dual LR sort of legendary summon banner is going to launch? No, not at all. I'm just throwing out there. This is a speculation video, so why not throw it out there? So no, that doesn't mean at all that's going to happen. I'm just saying they did it a year 4, so they could totally do it here again for this 300 million download celebration. But my speculation, for sure, I'm on agreement with everyone else. I think it's a Bye Guys LR Goku. I think it's going to look absolutely beautiful, and I think there's a possibility of another LR, and if there is one, I really hope it's a Final Flash Vegeta. With that said, let's look at some stuff. As always, a shout out to, of course, DBZ.space, a shout out to the actual wiki because we're about to look at that really fast, and then a shout out to DBZ Dokkan Battle's official Twitter account here. So this is DBZ.space. Of course, I go to this site all the time, as you guys know. One of the reasons why I'm over here is just to look really fast at what they did for part 2. The primary things, of course, the raid boss. Here's the raid boss I was talking about, Extreme Z Battle. It goes all the way up to stage 999, but the primary stages you're looking at are stages 1 through 100. That's what gets you all the sort of goodies primarily. And it was just sort of a cool fight to fight against Jiren, but we do know that one against SHA2 Gohan is coming. Obviously more missions to gather a ton of more Dragon Stones. So the other thing I want to talk about a little more in depth is we got a Leave It To Us little Ranger celebration last year, which of course you get all of them and completely farm them up exactly like this Goku and Gohan, exactly like this Vegeta and Trunks. Now, because we just did get Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, Trunks, I don't know that they'll do another one, but the only real characters that have been left out from the celebration at this point, aside from Goku getting his own sort of card, really, and of course, I mean, you know, obviously Vegeta had his moment too, but would be a Yamcha and a Tien card. Krillin got his own card via Battlefield, and then of course Piccolo just had a Dokkan Festival. Gohan and Cell just got their own. Hercule just got his own from the, you know, the sort of Global versus JP. I mean, everyone pretty well got their own cards here. If you look at what happened during Cell games, aside from some really minor characters, but Yamcha and Tien don't have their own card yet. So it'd be kind of cool to see a Yamcha and Tien combination card that is exactly like Little Rangers, or exactly like, you know, obviously the Goku, Gohan, and the Vegeta, Trunks. That'd be cool to see them do something like that. If they were going to do another free-to-play unit that had its own orbs, and that would be would fill up the sort of spot here with the Leave It To Us Little Rangers. But also, if the EZA happens, the Extreme Z Awaken. Some of you guys asked me what EZA is. It's just an abbreviation of Extreme Z Awaken of a unit, which is when you take them past the level 120 cap. Since that Gohan and the Goku and the Gohan and the Trunks and Vegeta are probably already going to get their EZAs. They may not still do anything here, but that's just sort of my one thing. There's really only 2 characters we have left out here from those that have received a card for the entire sort of Cell arc at this point. And then, of course, the Legendary Summon happened. And again, it's just one of these where all of the non-Dokkan Festival LRs will be on the banner. They'll be featured with like 9, 10 other units, maybe 11 other units, and whatever it might be. But a dual just like the GT Trio and Baby sort of banner could totally happen again too, where they're both featured, but it's still a ton of units to summon for. And that's about it, really. That's really all there was to look at. Here's the Extreme Z battle in a little bit more detail. Again, it's literally, look, stages 1 through I think 50 give you orbs, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so 1 through 50 gives you orbs. There weren't any Dragon Stones here. I think there were some missions that gave you some Dragon Stones, but it wasn't like a typical Extreme Z battle where for the first 30 stages you get a Dragon Stone per stage. You just get a ton of orbs, and then once you get past stage 50 here, it then turns into Sleepy Kais, and then once you get past 100, it then turns into Sacred Water training items. So it is what it is. It's despite not having a ton of stones here available, which again, there might be some via obviously missions, like if you get to, this stage or whatever, it still is nice to get those orbs and everything else. And then that art I was talking about was this right here. So this is the art that I was referencing, the SSR art that I think could be for an LR Goku. Now, do I know this? No, I don't know that this is SSR art at all, right? I have absolutely no idea. This could just be random art, but typically all the art that they have in the game is, especially something like this, like Goku, one of the main characters, is pretty much pointed back to an actual sort of card art in the game too. So it's very possible that what we're looking at right there is going to be the SSR form of an LR Super Saiyan Goku that gets released here within the week. And there you go. That was today's video. I just want to talk about that. I wanted to let you guys know I've been getting asked a ton about what I think is going to happen. When is this going to happen, Nano? What do we know? All that. So there you go. That's everything we know. That's everything we know. That's all that I'm speculating. And also too, want to get this video out before leaks start happening, because leaks and official drops for everything could start happening within a day or even 2 or maybe even hours. Who knows? You know what I mean? I mean, stuff you never know with Dokkan, man. Sometimes they'll be like 3, 4, 5 days early. Sometimes they'll wait till like literally hours before. You just never know with stuff like this. So I just want to get the video out there before it actually happens, because speculating about this game is almost half the fun. So guys, if you're new to the channel, enjoyed today's video, you might consider going down there, hitting that subscribe button, joining #NanoFam today. You might also consider hitting that like button. Guys, have a great day. Keep on keeping on Nanogenix and off, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.